guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we wanted to talk about our days in the life, and more specifically Alex's day in the life. We thought it'd be fun and interesting to kind of just walk through, what a day-to-day life looks like for him, because he is a wedding videographer full-time. Without further ado, let's just hop right into it. Walk me through your day. How does your morning start, and what do you guys usually do?
So basically, every day, if we're not filming weddings, so besides shoot days, every day is pretty much the same, I would say. Usually, we wake up at around like 9 or 10-ish. And we get started with emails and stuff. I usually like to check emails to see if we have any inquiries, from the day before or like through the morning and stuff like that. And it's funny because like most people now, they send us inquiries, I feel like during work. Because like everybody's like, everybody's messaging us like at like 10 or like 11 when I feel like they should be at work. But so we just check, emails for inquiries, and if we have any, we'll respond. Usually, I like to do a lot of like outreach in the morning, so I'll spend like maybe half the morning doing maybe like 2 hours doing outreach to new businesses and new commercial leads, and so that takes up most of my mornings. And then after that, I go into like editing. If there's any work that I need to do from, other, wedding clients that I haven't finished yet for their videos, that's when I start working on wedding films. And then after that, I like to do social media stuff. So maybe like towards like later in the afternoon, I like to do, TikToks or work on Instagram videos and stuff like that. And then after that, we walk our dog, Wally, and we take him out to the trail around our neighborhood. And after that, we just, come back home and eat dinner. Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's a typical, like, day that you don't have to film. What does a day look like when you do have a wedding to film? Or a commercial, even?
Yeah. The day starts the night before. I always say that because, like, there's so much prep work. Especially when it comes to commercials. Weddings are a little bit more formulaic for us now, because like for me, I know exactly like what gear I need to bring. I try to keep wedding days a lot more minimal than I would if we were to go on a commercial shoot. So the night before, we always prep our gear and load the car, set up our cameras, make sure everything is good to go on the day of. So just when we get there to the venue, we can just shoot right away and waste no time setting everything up. The day of, we wake up usually at like 8. Sometimes like if it's an early morning shoot, then we have to wake up like 6 or like 5 or something like that, which is crazy.
It's early for you guys.
Yeah, it's so early. It's so early, especially like the 5 to 6 o'clock a.m. Morning, starts are like rough. But yeah, so we usually get up at like 8 or 9 for wedding days, and then we get ready, eat breakfast, and then start heading out to the venue. And after that, we just go with the flow of the day, and we film. Usually, we get done filming at like maybe like 8 or 9ish. Sometimes we end at 12, which is kind of rare nowadays. Just because like most of our clients end their nights around 8ish. And then we just leave for the night. So
then the wedding days are pretty formulated, I guess you could say. Like you kind of just do your thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have like the workflow and like the flow of the day nailed down pretty much like to a T. So we know exactly like what is going to happen at what time. And there's no more surprises because one, we go over the timeline with the wedding clients and we receive the final copy of the timeline with, from the wedding coordinator. For us, it's like, we know exactly like what we need to do now. We've been doing it for so long. So there's no problem for us to just, to get into a wedding day and just like, shoot. Yeah.
Nice. That sounds fun. Do you enjoy wedding or shoot days more, or do you enjoy the non-shoot days more?
I think I like staying home.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think I like staying at home.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, I think shoot days are really fun. Like, they're both really fun. But I love, like, being able to like see the final film, you know, on the computer, and like seeing it come together on the computer. Like you have an idea of what it's going to look like on the shoot day, and you're filming and stuff like that. You're getting creative with the couple, and you know, getting shots and stuff like that, and try to make it look as nice as possible. But there's only so much you can like imagine in your head, and like the rest of it is down in the editing room, you know, in the editing process, where you put all the shots together and you add music and you add the speeches and the vows, and then the whole film, you know, comes together really naturally. And that's like my favorite part, is like watching the first draft of the wedding film, and it's like, wow, the day turned out way beautiful. Like it's so beautiful, and like it's much better than like how I remembered it, you know. And so like you get to tell your own story when it comes to the editing for wedding films.
Gotcha. Do you feel like you have more creative freedom when you are editing, or more creative freedom when you shoot?
That's a good question. I think I'm going to go with editing. I think editing. Yeah. Because like you can add in the speeches. I feel like that's like the audio part is like the most crucial component to the wedding film. It's, you know, it's great to have great shots, and it's important, you know, to have really good shots and be really creative in the field. But like I said, most of the story comes together in the editing room, and so like that's probably like where I feel like we can be the most creative, you know, with our editing, with the storytelling.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that allows you, because I mean, during shoot days, you kind of have like a formula of like, okay, I'm going to get XY shots. I mean, and that's pretty standard across all weddings. Is that part of the reason why you feel like editing kind of gives you more creative freedom, because you kind of like make each film very unique to that couple?
I wouldn't say, I mean, there are certain shots that are super formulaic, and like every wedding, you know, during every wedding shoot, we have to get those shots. For example, like a slow dance, you know, having the bride and groom do like a slow dance, and they're just in the middle of a field, and it's really beautiful. The sun is setting, and they're just them two dancing, and those are like, you know, those shots are really cool. But we also do them every wedding shoot. But each one of them, I feel like is different every time, especially with each couple. Everybody's so different, you know. Some people will get really, really into it. Other people might not be as into it, and then we'll find other ways to creatively solve that problem and get them more comfortable, you know. Or maybe doing a different pose might loosen them up a little bit more, or, you know, have them open up to each other or to us a little bit more, so it's not like so awkward. But yeah, every shoot is similar, but each couple has their own unique points, you know. Everybody's super different. Yeah. Gotcha.
That's pretty cool that you guys get to be part of such a big day, because I mean, that's gonna be a day that they remember forever, and you guys get to shoot something that they can cherish forever, you know. And yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really poetic. Like I've always thought about like wedding days as this like one giant moment in time where all your friends, all your family are just gathered in one single place. It's very special. It's a very, very special moment. And when I first started doing weddings, I didn't realize like how special it was for us to be there with a couple, with two people at that very moment. It's just a very like magical, I don't know. I feel like it's very magical. It's a very special day. And I feel very honored to be a part of, you know, two people's, you know, lives in a very, very special and important way.
I know. I mean, it's 8 hours a day, but it's like one of the most memorable and important 8 hours of their day that you're part of. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's very cool. It's very awesome. I feel really like lucky to be able to do weddings and shoot for other people. Yeah,
that's pretty cool that even though like, you know, weddings are typically very, you know, you kind of do all the same motions, but you get to still create so many new like films and make it unique to one another and still have that creativity. I feel like that makes it less redundant in a way. Like, you know, you kind of you think outside the box, or like you try new things and see if that works, if it doesn't, and
exactly. Like cool. no two films are the same, just like no two couples are the same.
Right.
Like none of our films are exactly the same. There might be similar shots, musics might be similar, but we would never like reuse any music, or we'll never have the same shots in all of our videos.
Gotcha. So how do you guys pick, by saying that, how do you guys kind of pick and choose like what music to play? Like, does it depend on like the personality of the couple, or how do you guys, the feel of the video, or what?
Yeah, it definitely is like based off like what the couple likes. First of all, like we talk with them through the process of like selecting music and like asking them, before, on our discovery call, what kind of music they would like in their video, if it's like slow or if it's upbeat or if it's more fun, kind of music. And then that's how we kind of narrow down our selection of music. And it really depends on like what kind of footage we capture during the day, and then listening back to the speeches is a huge part of like what determines the mood of the film.
Gotcha. Do you ever have trouble like figuring out which song to use? Because what if like two songs just fit so perfectly? Like, how do you decide which one to use?
Music is the hardest thing.
I know,
I would say the hardest thing when it comes to the wedding film, the editing process. It's because like, there's so many good songs out there. Like one song could be used, for the wedding film, but so could another one, and like it will fit, perfectly. But what I like to do is try and use both of them if possible. We usually like to switch up some of the beats in the mood. So if we start with an emotional, moody, soundtrack, I try to, halfway through, I'll try to break it up with a more fun, lighter music, so it's not so serious the entire time. Especially for speeches, right? I always save the funny speeches for that music, so that it kind of livens up breaks up some of the mood in the video, so it's more engaging, more fun to watch. And then maybe I'll close it out with a more emotional piece or like a fun one or something, or a lighter one or something. Yeah.
Do you guys, when you are back in the editing room, do you guys have like a process of like, day one I'm going to focus on this, and then day two I'll focus on this, or is it kind of just whatever you feel like you just do? Do you guys have a system? So
usually my wife Meow Meow would all be the one who selects out all the usable moments from each clip of that we shoot. So she'll go through everything, and it's a really tedious process sometimes, because it's not hard, but like you have to just watch through the footage and just like choose and pick your points, your clips and stuff. We'll select out whatever is usable and go from there. And then after that is speeches. We make sure that we select out the good parts of the speech, because we can't include everything. Speeches, toasts, vows, all the audio parts that will help shape the film.
Gotcha. Interesting. Yeah. And then from there, what do you guys do?
I always start with the music first, and then try to include the speeches next, and then lastly I'll put the footage together.
I see.
And by that time, before I even put the footage together, like once I hear the sound or the music, and once I hear what speeches or vows and audio parts that I'm using, then I really start to have like a really clear picture of what the video is going to look like, because then you can determine, so for me at least, I determine so much of the video from those two important audio bits.
Who does more of the editing, or do you guys take turns doing it?
Memo does. She loves it, and like she's faster than me at the editing, because like I don't know, it's hard for me to choose like a shot to use sometimes, or like choose what song to use, or just because like I feel like everything works, and it's just hard for me to let go of like, oh, maybe I can use this shot, but then I can't use the other one. That's also a really good shot. So like I have a hard that slows down my process a bit, and so Mama has no problem with like, oh, this shot's great, I'm gonna use this shot right here, and then maybe that one can go somewhere else and stuff. And she's very like decisive, and like I'm nice. When it comes to like editing, I'm like not as decisive. I'm always like questioning myself, like, okay, maybe there's a better shot, maybe I don't use this here or something.
I'm the same way. I'm so indecisive. It's kind of bad. So that's awesome that she's very
Yeah.
good at that, because I feel like that saves a lot of time.
It does. Yeah. So she's way faster than me, and so she also enjoys the editing. And for her, I feel like she enjoys the editing more than the shoot days. So like a lot more than the shoot days, because it is very tiring. Because you're standing, it's very physical for like to be up on your feet for 8 hours, at a time, and not really have any breaks besides a 20-minute dinner. And you start from 12 all the way to 8, and you have like 20 minutes in between. So
dang.
Yeah,
those are long days.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I like the shooting of it. For me, like I'm a cinematographer first, and then editor. I feel like editor second. But lately it's been nice to just be at home and and just be behind the keyboard and editing. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure once you start doing that more often, you'll be like, okay, let's go out and shoot, and
right, exactly.
want to break up that repetitiveness. So.
Yeah. A lot of days it does get a little bit monotonous. Like our schedule is like basically the same. Like every single day is like, we wake up, we check emails, we edit. We wake up, we check emails, and we edit.
I was thinking yours would be more fluid, meaning like it kind of varies day to day, kind of whatever's on the schedule, it's different. But that's interesting to know that it's kind of the same. Yeah,
especially it gets really monotonous, especially if we have a backlog of films that we have to edit. Usually the couples have 1 or 2 videos that we need to edit for each couple. So if we have 3 weddings, that is 6 videos that we have to get done. So gotcha. it takes, it adds up a lot. So that's why certain days or certain weeks, certain months feel really monotonous, just because like we have to get those things out, those films out, and we try to, deliver in a timely manner as fast as possible to the clients. And so, that's when we have a bunch of films backlog, that's when we have to start grinding and trying to keep our heads down and just work away.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
What does the process of delivering your product look like?
We used to upload everything to YouTube, which is fine. We upload it to a private link, we send it to them, and then they give us feedback, and then we go back and forth from there. And then recently, we've been uploading our drafts to a platform where they can just directly comment on that platform at the exact time frame, so that we can just go to that exact time frame and see, hey, nice. Change out this shot, or can we have a different expression or whatever here, or whatever, and that made it a lot easier and streamlined the process a lot better for us. So now we can just edit the different versions much faster.
Yeah, totally. That's smart. I mean, they kind of do some of the work for you, and you don't have to like sift through everything and figure out what they're talking about. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
So then after you're done with the product, do you just send them a link afterwards, or do you like ship them anything, or how does that work?
We usually upload the final copy to Google Drive, and we send them the download link. And we also upload our films to our own YouTube channel. So then they don't have to host it anywhere, so that they can send the YouTube link to their friends and family, and everyone can watch it from there. It makes it easier for the client. Yeah. Yeah. And then we also send them a little flash drive with their raw footage.
Cool.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel when you see like, if you follow like your clients on Instagram or something and you see them like reposting some of your work, like how does that?
It's always awesome. It's always cool to see, a couple thoroughly enjoy their film.
Yeah.
Every couple that we've had always enjoys their final wedding film. And when they share on Instagram and we see all the comments, you're like, oh my God, the wedding day was so beautiful. You guys look so amazing. A lot of times people will say like, oh my God, I'm in tears right now. And and like everybody loves the wedding films because it's such an emotional,
definitely,
big emotional day for not just a couple, but for like people watching, it's crazy. When I first got into it, I never thought like I could make other people cry, by watching a film, of ours. And that's really cool. Yeah,
I mean,
it's really
so
awesome.
Cool that you get to, put your work out there and have people like feel emotions and, feel a certain type of way and bring back these memories and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's really awesome. I really like it a lot. And that's like one of the biggest parts of like the wedding day. It's not just about the couple. Like you don't affect only the couple, you know, it's the whole family and friends network, you know, everyone who knows them or is related to them is also affected in a very, you know, special way.
Yeah. And I'm sure the, you know, friends and family watching are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm in the film, or, you know, like, and just looking out for themselves or like in the video and, you know. Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah.
For me personally, if I am not doing, you know, wedding films and wedding work, I like to try and block up my week so that maybe like Monday to like Thursday, I'm editing weddings and doing client work. And then maybe like Thursday or maybe Friday or something, I'll do YouTube. Because YouTube videos are like, it take a lot of work to do YouTube. And so I'm trying to keep up more. And I'm writing, you know, new ideas and formulating new videos and stuff like that on maybe Fridays, and then shoot maybe Sunday, Saturday if I have the time. Yeah, lately that's been like my schedule, like weekly schedule. Yeah, which has been nice, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been able to be consistent with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I uploaded last week, and I already have a couple of videos already ready to go. Like I just have to shoot like the talking head and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's so far I've been pretty consistent with it, which I'm happy about, because like a lot of people find it super useful. You know, the videos I'm making, which is nice. You know, it's always nice to be helping the filmmaking community in some way.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, putting value out there and, you know, spreading your knowledge to the community. I think once you get to a certain level, you know, like when you're not a beginner anymore and you've learned, you know, things throughout your work, you want to share that experience and help others and help grow other people too. I feel like that's a very natural thing for people to do, and I think it's awesome. Yeah.
I always tell myself, like, the videos I'm making are for like me 10 years ago. Yeah. And just like sharing my experiences, you know, to my past self and just teaching my past self, like how everything works, like how the world's going to be. And how
YouTube series.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dear younger self.
Yes.
This is what I would have known or liked to know.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's really fun seeing other people be like, oh my God, this is insane. I've learned so much from watching your one video and I'm watching through your channel and stuff. So yeah.
I'm sure that gives you a lot of motivation to keep going too, right? Getting that definitely kind of feedback.
Yeah, it definitely does. Like it, you know, knowing that what you do, you know, affects other people and helps other people in some way is really awesome.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like even though your day is pretty repetitive, there's so many things, you know?
Yeah.
Very different things.
Yeah. I mean, I like to keep my days busy. You know, I don't like sitting on my hands. So if I'm not editing wedding films or commercials, I'm trying to come up with a new YouTube video or something, you know, for social media and stuff.
Yeah, filming a podcast or, you know.
Yeah, or that, you know, anything, you know. Yes, it's nice. It's honestly been so nice. Like recently I've been not gaming. It's been a long time since I've not been playing video games.
Really? Like ever? Like
ever.
Not even that night?
No.
Oh, wow.
No. Yeah, it's been almost a month now of straight work.
Wow.
And just keeping me, you know, busy and away from like video games. It's really insane. I don't know. I've never I don't have any like itch to play video games right now.
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah, I have no itch to play video games right now. So like my nights are, you know, from like maybe like 7 to 11 or even 12, I'm just still at the computer working and not playing games, which is mind blowing to me. Like if you told me that a year ago, that I'd be just like completely like not addicted to video games, I'd say you're crazy.
So then what do you do to like decompress or like step away from work? Watch TV? Work
the secret
more?
is I'm always working.
You distract yourself from work by working on something else.
Yeah, I honestly like if I'm not working on weddings, I'm either doing YouTube or I'm, you know, working on a podcast. I like literally that's the three things that I've been doing recently, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's so funny because like my friends are asking, where have you been? I'm like, I'm just busy, man. Like I don't have any time to play to play video games with you guys. Sorry.
I mean, I guess that's good because then you're kind of being productive, you know, other than spending hours gaming. So,
dude, I know. When I think about how much time I've lost just to video games, I cry.
That's That's
it's
funny.
just too much time wasted. I feel like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, there is, you should like decompress, but like for me right now, at least that's, it's been totally fine. I've been totally fine, not needing to play video games and just work. Yeah.
Well, that's,
It's
awesome.
awesome.
I think that's cool because then it means like whatever you're doing, you're super engaged and like you want to keep going, right? Like you don't want a distraction from work. I mean, I feel like that's typically what happens is if you want to game or you want to watch TV or something, you just want to like relax from your work or typically that's, I mean, for me, that's pretty much why I would want to, decompress or do like watch TV and, veg out, is to just kind of not work and not think about work. And so that's pretty cool that you're able to just kind of continue and not have to step away from work.
Yeah. I don't know where the recent motivation came from, but like, I've just been grinding lately. I don't know why.
Nice.
It's been nice though. It's been nice.
Well, cool. Do you have anything else to add to your day in the life?
Not much.
Any other fun things you do?
Fun? I'm not a very fun person. No. Other than, hanging out with friends is something that maybe I'll do on the weekends. And that's been nice, going out on hikes. And then I played badminton yesterday. And I haven't played badminton in like 2 years because of COVID. And so today I am so sore. I am so sore today. Oh my God. But yeah, every day is pretty much the same. There's not much variation to it, especially if we're, editing back to back films. It just gets hard to have room and time to do anything else. But yeah. That's my days. That's it for this episode. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed what we talked about in this episode. If you want more content from us, make sure to follow us on our social media channels. We'll have links in our bio or description. Have a great day.